Back at historic Shotwell Stadium in Abilene, and indeed it is historic. More on that over the course of the broadcast, but we're just moments away from kickoff here in the Class 5A Division II state semifinal game between Lubbock-Cooper and Dallas South Oak Cliff. And let's keep this in mind. South Oak Cliff looking to make some history tonight because they're trying to become the first team from the Dallas Independent School District to win a state championship in the last 63 years.
That's remarkable, Paul, and they have a very good chance of pulling it off. They have a lot of weapons on both sides of the ball. They have a lot of speed on both sides of the ball. Lubbock-Cooper has its hands full tonight, but also plenty of weapons for Lubbock-Cooper as well. So we're going to see a very good football game tonight, and maybe history made.
Captains just about to gather at midfield. Let's talk about the conditions a little bit. It's been a warm day. There's a cool front going to move in later. But the big factor tonight is the wind. Early this afternoon, it was blowing about 35 miles an hour out of the north. Now it's turned around a little bit. It's died down some, but it's a little bit of a crosswind now, John, coming from the west. But still, it's especially going to influence the kicking game.
Yeah, I think it will, Paul, but I think it's also picked up in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Those flags at the north end of the stadium getting quite a workout here as we're talking. The teams are coming out onto the field right now. They're going to have pretty good conditions, though, tonight. I mean, it's a pretty night, good night for football. Temperatures are good. The wind will play a factor, and yes, probably with special teams.
We were talking a minute ago about these two defenses, and in my mind, they're about as two good defensive units as you're going to see in high school football. So with that in mind, yeah, you look at the offensive stats, they both score a lot of points. But, John, it would seem to me it's going to be very difficult for either offense to drive the ball for, let's say, 10 plays and 80 yards. It is all going to come down to big play opportunities and which team takes advantage of those opportunities.
Well, we saw some of that last night, Paul, with last week, I should say, with Lubbock-Cooper. I mean, they had one of their best receivers caught one ball, but was for a 47-yard touchdown. I think that's what may have to happen here tonight to get either team an advantage over the other.
Let's set the officials for tonight's semifinal game. Led by crew chief, the referee, Rodney Smith. Our umpire is Rebert Mack Jr. The head linesman is Lance Johnson. Dwayne Cooper is our line judge tonight. The back judge is Lance Davis. The side judge, Christopher Robinson. And Trent Soltis is our field judge tonight. And we've got quite the crowd gathered here at what is historic Shotwell Stadium.
Both teams travel well. Their fans travel well. Both brought bands. Both bands are loud. Both bands are talented. And both fans are worked up. The South Oak Cliff crowd, a little bit of a Pittsburgh tinge to them with the terrible towels. A lot of yellow towels out there waving through the stadium. So should be a fun night for football, Paul.
They brought a lot of buses from Dallas for sure. This is a much anticipated matchup. And we'll pause for our national anthem. a beautiful job of honoring America on what is going to be a perfect night for football here in the Class 5A Division II state semifinals. I'm Paul Alexander along with John Kirby. And John, you and I had the pleasure of watching that quarterfinal game last week. Lubbock-Cooper playing against Ryder, and that looked like a great matchup, and in fact it was a great ball game, but ultimately we saw Cooper's strength, both offensively and defensively. They took a Ryder team that was averaging about 47 points a game, and they scored exactly 0.
And they took their best player out of the game. Anquan Willis was is a great back, had a great season for Ryder, and Cooper took him completely out of the game. Have to see if they can do that tonight. Few more weapons here tonight for Dallas South Oak Cliff, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to go after it here.
Let's just say this. We're watching pregame warm-ups, and in particular, we were watching the South Oak Cliff receivers. My goodness, they're explosive off the line of scrimmage. They just stress defensive backs immediately, so you kind of wonder strategically how Cooper's going to counter that tonight.
Well, as an old receiver yourself, you were getting awfully excited up here watching them play, and it will be something for you and I both to watch tonight, is how they make their cuts, how they make their moves, and how they use their speed.
We both also have great running backs in this game on both sides. We'll be detailing that as well. So we mentioned the fact that there's a lot of history here at Shotwell Stadium. So I figured as much. So I looked them up on Wikipedia, and this was interesting. In the first line on Wikipedia, it said that this stadium opened in 1959 and was conspicuously built to resemble Rice Stadium in Houston.
Well, and you love Rice Stadium in Houston. You've been there many, many times, and you can describe how that is so.
Well, for the most part, there is a similar design here. You've got this concourse at ground level with the field and some of the stands below ground level. So I can see the resemblance for sure. So to start the ball game, South Oak Cliff is going to get the ball first.
They won the toss, Paul, and they decided they're going to go on the big O off the top.
Well, when you got that kind of offense, I can understand being that aggressive. So kicking off for the Cooper Pirates, number 6, Tegan Van, as he'll tee it up on the left hash mark at the 40-yard line. Gets the football from tonight's referee, Rodney Smith.
We're about ready to get going here, Paul, in what should be a very good high school game.
Just about a perfect matchup. And with that, we are playing the great game. Here's the kickoff, a short one coming down at about the 17-yard line. Return up the left side. This is a huge return. Got a man to beat. You can forget it. We mentioned their speed. This is coast to coast. They take the opening kickoff and take it to the house. That's Randy Reese, their junior wide receiver. That's his 11th touchdown of the season. And just like that, 15 seconds into the game, the Bears have a 6-0 lead.
Paul, in talking to people this week, they said Randy Reese is quick. Guess what? Randy Reese is quick, and he moved quickly down the field.
And it was well blocked on the return as well, and he really timed that blocking well. So it's 6-0, and on to try to add the PAT for South Oak Cliff is Diego Varela. Down cleanly. It's on its way. It's good. That didn't take long. We played 15 seconds. Bears up 7-0. Back in a moment. Thank you. 82-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff by Randy Reese. PAT good. And 15 seconds deep in the game, South Oak Cliff has a 7-0 lead. We'll get our first look of the night at the Cooper Pirate offense, which is exceptionally well balanced.
It's going to have to be. That was a quick strike.
Kickoff is a good one, and a fair catch was called down and around the 7-yard line. And that was Hayden Brooks on the fair catch for the Pirates. So we'll take a look at a Cooper offense that's averaging 36 points a game, right at 370 yards in total offense per contest. And the thing that jumps out at you, John, they take such good care of the football. This is outrageous. On the year, Cooper's takeaway to giveaway ratio is plus 24. It's hard to lose when you do that.
I totally agree. The other thing you'll notice, they are balanced run pass.
So the fair catch, of course, which you can do inside that, moves it out to a touchback at the 25-yard line. And on first down, that's Judge Thomason, the senior running back, who's got right at 1,000 yards rushing this year and has scored 15 rushing TDs. So that was a heads-up play in a lot of ways by Hayden Brooks, fair catching that kickoff, because under the new rule that's been adopted for a couple of years now, it comes out to the 25 as a touchback. Pirates looking to the sideline for the play. They're coached really well by their head coach, Chip Darden. Second down run. And that's Thomason again. And we saw them make some adjustments last week against Ryder. They initially were trying to run the ball wide, trying to outflank the Ryder defense. Then they started going right up the gut and really had some success at that point.
Well, and if you talk to anybody who's played Cooper this year, they'll say the same thing about their offensive line. Well coached, disciplined. We're seeing that already tonight, Paul.
And a huge offensive line it is. More on them as the ball game progresses, but right now this is a big third down with the ball at the 31-yard line. It's 3rd and 4, and Cooper trailing 7-0 as Oak Cliff returned the opening kickoff 82 yards for a score. Blitz coming. Now they back out a little bit. Ball thrown right down the middle. It is caught. That is a beautiful catch by Brady Barnett and an equally nice throw by quarterback Holt Gibson. That's a big play into Golden Bear territory. First down Cooper at the South Oak Cliff 43.
Paul, as we noticed and mentioned last week, that Brady Barnett can play. He's in a tight end with a lot of talent, very athletic, very good grab over the middle.
Gain of 27 on that one. That was his 22nd catch of the year.
He's not afraid to go right up the middle and take the tough hit either. He will play the ball where it's thrown.
Also an excellent blocker.
Right.
1st and 10, and they move both their tight ends to the right side of the formation, out of the pistol this time, and they give it to Thomason on the right side, trying to get outside, does, going for first down yardage, gets inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 33. A nice explosive run by the senior running back, Judge Thomason.
I think we're going to call his number a lot tonight, and the other Cooper running backs as well, including your favorite, the young man who's listed at number 3 on the depth chart,
hey, all three of these guys are my favorites, okay? But I guarantee you all three of them are good players.
Yep.
But we did see the junior, Caden Chambers, last week really make a mark on that football game against Ryder.
Hard runner.
Gain of about 7 on first down, so it's 2nd and 3. Motion across the formation by Marcinkowski. And it's the quarterback keep off the zone there, and Holt Gibson cracking down close to first down yardage. I think he's going to be shy by about a yard.
Looks like it's exactly a yard, Paul. And as we mentioned last week, great name for a football player, Holt Gibson. And he took that right off right guard straight ahead.
He's a big, strong young man.
Yes, he is.
Play clock at 18, so there's no strain there. Big play on 3rd down. 3rd and 1, 2 tight ends in the game. Lots of beef. We got motion before the snap, and it's going to be a false start. So what was a 3rd and a little more than 1 is going to be 3rd and a little more than 6.
That is what keeps coaches up at night, isn't it? You've done a lot of coaching. You lose some sleep over those type of penalties?
Well, you really do, because it changes everything. Not just the play calling, but it just an entirely different dynamic. So now it's officially 3rd and long. Zone out of the Wildcat. And we've got a gain down to about the 35-yard line, but that's still 2 full yards shy of first down yardage. It's going to be 4th down.
So do you punt here, or do you go for it?
I think you can tell by the personnel they're bringing in that they've got a scoring opportunity here, or at least they think so, so they're going for it.
They're going for it.
On 4th and almost a full 3. Tight ends galore in the ball game. A singled up receiver to the near side. Gibson making sure everybody's clear on the play. Here's the snap. They throw it to Thomason. And on the wheel route, he dives and he's got the first down. That was a nice throw and a really good effort by the running back, Judge Thomason. And if you've got a running back that can come out on the wheel route like that, that's really difficult for a defense to cover.
And they were not fooled on the play, but Thomason just made a nice play, and he was not about to be denied. He was going for the sticks.
Speed kills, as they say.
Yes,
first
it
down
does.
At the 31-yard line. So the Pirates, who trail by 7 with an impressive drive to date, are trying to tie this one up after Oak Cliff took the opening kickoff and went 82 yards to the house. On first down, give right up the middle, Judge Thomason. Good surge by the interior of that Pirate offensive line, the center Keegan Wehrman, the left guard Tanyan Zachary, and the right guard Coulter Lynch.
Looks like it's about a 2-yard gain. And again, you talk to anybody who knows Cooper football, they say all their backs run hard. Good evidence of it there. Thomason was moving his feet as well as he could.
Thomason's still in the ball game as they'll operate out of the pistol formation. Cooper Morris is the receiver to the near side, and he's got man coverage over there. Now they move the tight end Barnett to the left side. Play fake. Into the flat. Let's see what they ruled it. Incomplete or a fumble. That was a big lick. That was a huge hit and really well timed. And I think they got it exactly right. The ball was never controlled, and it is an incomplete pass.
And I give them credit. They took the side judge over there took his time and looked and made the call. He did not rush the call. It was an obvious incompletion.
Intended receiver was Kyler Jordan, who is their all-everything defensive end, but they brought him in on that play.
He took a quick hit as soon as he turned around and just could not hang on to the ball.
Golden Bear secondary coming up fast. So it's 3rd and 8. Thomason, right side, got the corner, driving toward the stakes. We'll see where they mark it.
Looks
but
like
a really good job of blocking that. They've sealed that off pretty well.
He's just shy, it looks like, Paul, by about maybe half a yard. They're still kind of around the ball. Looks to me like it's about a yard.
Well, we saw him convert a 4th down moments ago.
Right.
We'll see what they do this time. On the season, they've been converting on 4th down right at 50%, which is just outstanding. Play clock at 12. 6:34 remaining here in the first quarter, and South Oak Cliff leading 7-0. Thomason, no doubt about this one. First down and more into the secondary, down and around the 15-yard line. An authoritative run by Judge Thomason.
Authoritative 8-yard run, Paul. He was not going to be stopped, and this is a great drive, by the way. We were talking about neither team would have a sustained 12-play drive. This is close.
Well, it really is, and you know what? That could have some lasting significance. Remember, this drive started back at the 25 following the fair catch on the kickoff.
Thing you notice about Cooper, even after that opening kickoff return, no panic.
Don't see that. This is a very mature team and extremely well coached. Give again to Thomason. You know, they got something going here, and they're just going to keep doing it until South Oak Cliff stops them. And right now, that's a decent gain down to about the 12-yard line as we're down around 5.5 minutes left here in quarter number 1.
Talking to a defensive coordinator who played Cooper this year, Paul, they said that the key is to stop Cooper running the ball if you can. It's that hard.
If you can. Exactly. Play clock at 15. And officially 2nd and 6 with the ball down around the 12-yard line. Thomason, again, this time off left guard. Gets down to right at the 10. About 2 yards shy of first down yardage. Inside 5 minutes left in the opening period.
It's been a run-heavy drive, Paul, of what we expected, but the offensive line of Cooper is moving the Bears off the line of scrimmage, so they're sticking with the run.
Yeah, they did have the big passing play for 27 yards from Gibson to Barnett. That was a critical play in this drive. Big third down here. 3rd and almost 4. 2 tight ends. Running play near side. Thomason this time meets a stone wall down at around the 10-yard line. In fact, maybe lost a couple of feet and did. And again, we're going to be looking at the 4th down of this drive. And this one's kind of lengthy. So they have an excellent field goal kicker, and they're going to give him a shot at this. That's Tegan Van.
He's had a good year, Paul. This is a good move.
They'll set it down at the 18, making this a 28-yard field goal attempt. As the Pirates trying to get on the board. Snap and hold are both good. Ditto the kick. And with that Bear lead is narrowed to 4 at 7-3. Back in a moment. .28-yard field goal by Tegan Van gets the Pirates on the board. They trail Dallas South Oak Cliff 7-3, but that was an impressive drive, John.
It really was, Paul. 64 yards, 13 plays, several 4th down conversions. Looked good on 3rd down. Just came up a skosh short towards the end.
I think they're a little nervous on this kickoff after what happened to open the ball game moments ago. And this will go out of bounds and draws the flag. If you're just joining us, or even if you saw it before live, this ball game opened with a bang with an 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Dallas South Oak Cliff by their junior outstanding wide receiver, Randy Reese.
A young man who can pick him up and put him down, as they say. He can move it, and he did.
So the kickoff goes out of bounds. South. We were just referencing this opening kickoff. Watch this. Watch Reese just bide his time. Now he floors it. He sees the block, and this is over at that point. 82 yards. So after this most recent kickoff goes out of bounds, Dallas South Oak Cliff starts this drive from their 30-yard line, leading 7-3 with 3:38 remaining here in quarter number 1. Got a new running back in the game. Keandre Hollywood is in the game for South Oak Cliff. He's gained over 1,000 yards. And there he is on first down and is held to pretty modest yardage as he gets only about a yard, and a nice tackle applied by junior defensive tackle Ty Polite.
Tell me you don't like that name, Paul. Keandre Hollywood for running back.
What is wrong with that?
No,
you
not
know,
a thing. That's
when you
great.
average 11 yards a carry and you've scored 16 touchdowns, that's just fine.
Yep.
And he remains in the ball game. They got another outstanding runner we'll tell you about later. roll to the left. And we have a completion out to about the 36-yard line. Let's talk about this Oak Cliff offense. Prolific to say the least. They're averaging 44 points a game and 419 yards in total offense per game. And they're led by senior quarterback Kevin Henry Jennings. Get this, 37 touchdown passes on the year, and this is even better. Only 2 interceptions.
Right, 2,600 yards as well, Paul.
This is 3rd and 4. From the gun. Pulls it down, now throws it out and gets the first down. What vision there. That was just outstanding. Nice play by the receiver as well, Kyron Chambers. But that was impressive by Henry Jennings there, because did you see his field vision? I'm going to say it. That kind of looked like that Mahomes guy a little bit.
Absolutely, or Kyler Murray in Arizona. I mean, he just knew where everyone was and made a great play.
First down, out to the 47-yard line. Golden Bears leading 7-3. Wide receiver hitch to the near side. Randy Reese on the completion. But look at the way that Pirate defense comes up and just lays the lumber, led by linebacker Cutter Douglas.
And Kyle Lewis safety came all the way across the formation, Paul, to make sure he did not get away. He, as we mentioned last week, is a player.
No gain on the completion. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Drive started back at the 30 after a kickoff went out of bounds. 3 receivers to the near side. We'll see what kind of coverage the Pirates elect to play. They got a blitz coming. Under pressure. Nice flushed out of the pocket. We got a flag in the area where you normally see offensive holding. So a really good job at the back end of that defense, because there was no place to throw the football.
And I was going to say that, Paul. Great man-to-man coverage. Worried about the South Oak Cliff speed. They were covered man-to-man all over the field, and a play that broke down.
Now we'll check out the flag.
So it looks like Cooper
penalty refused.
Ahead. Yeah, refused it.
Yeah, so it's 3rd and 10. Quaylon Farrar now in the game at running back, the senior. He splits time with Keandre Hollywood, and they're both outstanding. On 3rd down, good effort on the run. Going to come up a couple of yards short, but watch that guy keep his feet. They're so explosive. But you're not going to find a better tackling team than the Cooper Pirates. I mean, they're very sure tacklers. So now we got a 4th down situation facing Dallas South Oak Cliff.
And they're going for it, Paul. And they've kept Farrar in the game,
Yes, they did, in Pirate territory at the 46-yard line from the pistol this time. Twin receivers to either side of the formation. On 4th down, they throw it on the slant. What a beautiful throw. What a beautiful catch. Perfectly timed. First down and around the 31-yard line. And that's Kylan Mathis on the reception.
He ran that route perfectly, Paul.
Something we saw a lot of in pregame warm-up. They're very precise with their routes. Big pressure applied by defensive end Kyler Jordan here. And wow, they really get to Kevin Henry Jennings. And that was led by the linebacker, Kobe McKenzie. He's had a big week. Kobe McKenzie had committed to Oklahoma. Then when they had a coaching change there, he decommitted and now says he's going to be a Texas Longhorn.
Well, it's good for the Longhorns. Again, talking to defensive coordinators, they say run at him at your peril.
Been impressed so far with the pressure that the Pirates are getting on Kevin Henry Jennings. Motion, they fake the jet sweep. Now they give it off, and into the secondary goes Keandre Hollywood, and you can see why he's gained over 1,000 yards. These guys are so prolific. You got a running back here that's averaging 11 yards a carry, another one that's averaging 10.5 a carry, and get this, on the year, per completion by the team, by anybody, from anybody, to anybody, they are averaging more than 20 yards a completion.
Which is unheard of, Paul. That's an extraordinary statistic.
3rd and about 3 from the pistol. Slant over the middle, complete. Wide open receiver inside the 5. It's going to be a 1st and goal down around the 2. They gave a lot of room to the receiver there, Corinthian Coleman. with his 19th catch of the season.
They had everybody spread out on that, Paul. He was wide open.
First and goal. Running play. Right up the middle. Quaylon Farrar, that's Keandre Hollywood, excuse me. And he was knocked down rudely by defensive end Kyler Jordan. And with that, we have reached the end of the first quarter. Bears with a 4-point lead and looking for more. Back in a moment. Thank you, sir. As we begin quarter number 2, quite the drive so far for the Oak Cliff Golden Bears. Already they've driven it 11 plays for 68 yards, and they have a second and goal at the 2-yard line, trying to add to their 7-3 lead. Farrar is the running back in the pistol. Motion across the formation by Randy Reese. They give it up the middle, and into the end zone goes Quaylon Farrar with his 15th rushing touchdown of the year. Such an outstanding job by the middle of that offensive line for South Oak Cliff.
Paul, putting a lie to the pregame mentions of the two of us that there wouldn't be any long 12-play drives. I mean, both teams have had long drives for scores.
And we just literally saw a 12-play drive for 70
exactly.
yards.
Right.
Absolutely. I wouldn't listen to me either.
No, or me. Right, absolutely. I think we're the only ones that listen to each other, so we might as well enjoy it. Great drive. I mean, it was, and
they did really, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Diego Varela trying to add his second extra point of the night. Snap was a little high. Holder got it down clean, and it's through. And with 11:55 remaining before halftime, it's now 14-3 South Oak Cliff. We're back in a moment. Two-yard touchdown run by Quaylon Farrar, and the Bears are up by 11.
Great drive, a lot of speed on that drive, Paul.
12 plays, 70 yards, and they did a little bit of everything. So Varela set to kick it off for South Oak Cliff. Puts his foot in it. Hits it about the 10-yard line and fielded cleanly And we got a reverse coming, a little trick play here on the return, and this is a big return. Really nicely done as Hayden Brooks gave that one off to a really explosive player in Kyle Lewis, who is extremely versatile. We saw that last week against Ryder as well. So here's the thing. I mean, it's nice to see Cooper respond there and get aggressive. That was a bold call and really well executed. They made it work as they take that reverse out to the 35-yard line.
Well, they're going to have to do something because right now speed is the key to this game, and it's being controlled by South Oak Cliff.
Kind of an I formation in receivers here. They're stacked to the left side. They keep it on the ground on first down, and that is a running back that we referenced earlier. That's their junior, Caden Chambers. Big game last week against Ryder.
The thing I noticed about Chambers, he hits the hole quickly. And again, you can see how the offensive line of Cooper, well coached, is doing a very good job tonight. They've found something in there.
Chambers is what we call a one-cutter. One move, and here we go. We got 5 on first down, 2nd and 5. Stacked receivers again to the near side. That's the tight end, Brady Barnett, who they bring out, and the guy behind him is Hayden Brooks. Chambers remains the running back. On 2nd and 5, ball squarely at the 40-yard line. Running play, and this time they get about 2, setting up about a 3rd and 3 with 10:53 remaining before halftime. And Dallas South Oak Cliff leading by 11 at 14-3. We mentioned the fact that Oak Cliff is trying to become the first Dallas Independent School District team to win a state football championship in 63 years. That would be quite the accomplishment.
And noticing something about the backs for Lubbock-Cooper, they seem to want to keep them all fresh. They run them in spurts, and right now it's Chambers' turn.
Depth is good. They're heavied up to the left side of the formation. They run the ball that way. And that is Chambers, but he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. And what was 3rd and 3 is now going to be 4th and 4. And coming up, the safety, my goodness, David Sprules.
David showing quite a bit of speed, as we've been talking about all night, and it looks like Cooper is going to punt the ball.
Something they don't do very often.
No.
But you don't want to make a mistake here. That is for absolute certain.
Kyle Lewis, a left-footed punter, had a good game last week kicking.
He's standing back inside his 30-yard line. Fakes like he's going to run, and then punts it away kind of rugby style. It's going to roll, actually take a lateral hop and be killed down around the 22-yard line. So an effective punt, but you get the feeling that this series here is a really important one for both teams. Cooper needs a stop.
They need to stop in the worst way, Paul. There's 9.5 minutes left in the quarter. They do not want to go down 21-3 and try to make up with all this speed on the other side. You're right. Big series for both teams. South Oak would like to see what it can do in this situation, obviously.
That was a 37-yard punt, so South Oak Cliff will start this drive from their 22. Quaylen Farrar is the running back. 3 receivers to the near side. We've got motion and a flag. There's a fade. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. Broken tackle, and if this stands up, it's going to be a touchdown. It's going to be a 78-yard touchdown. They let the play continue, so you would think that means that the flag was on the defense. We'll confirm that.
And Paul, that looked like Kyron Chambers caught that ball. Was that Kai Mathis?
Kai Mathis here. It's offside on the defense, and that means it holds up. Penalty declined. And that's a 78-yard touchdown. They've also had a 70-yard touchdown drive and an 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Explosive does not do it justice.
What were we saying about that being an important drive?
Well, it certainly was important, and right now it was the Golden Bears who seized the moment. And they're trying to go up 21-3 now on the PAT with 9:15 left before halftime. Ball's on its way. It's through. They've been impressive. Time for the Pirates to counterpunch back in a moment. Yes, sir. No, you found just the right rhythm and level. I mean, we're into it. We're hearing it fine. It's nice. No, seriously, I get fired up about stuff like that. That was great. Man, these numbers are rough. I mean, they're just rough. One play, 78 yards, all of a sudden.
Oh, sure. You recap that drive, a one-play drive. That's a lot.
I take all the finger rolls, all the tap-ins. You know, I let you do the double-digit stuff.
Shoot the threes, right.
All right, so Diego Varela, who's kicked 3 extra points, set to kick it off for the Golden Bears. They're up 21-3. Let's see what Cooper does on this possession. It's going to be returned back to the near side by Hayden Brooks. And he gets it out across the 20. But just barely. As a matter of fact, they'll spot the nose of the ball at the 20.
Paul, talking about that drive, I mean, all joking aside, that went by so quickly. We went from 9:29 left in the quarter to 9:10 left. Not too much to say, though. This is a very big drive for Cooper. They have got to get something going here.
I'm kind of a track guy, and all I'm going to say is, have you ever seen Dallas South Oak Cliff at the Texas Relays?
I have not.
You won't forget it, I can tell you that.
I won't forget tonight.
Thomason hit behind the line of scrimmage. You know, South Oak Cliff is so explosive offensively, but you lose sight of what a wonderful defense they have. They're only giving up 12 points a game.
Talking to their defensive coordinator, Coach Taylor, this week, he says they want you to think you have something open, but it's not. They like to bait you, and so far tonight they've been very successful.
They beat Lovejoy last week in the state quarterfinals. Loss of 1, so it's 2nd and 11 with 8:37 left in the second. Braden Laws is the receiver to the near side of the field, and he has pure straight-up one-on-one coverage. They'll throw it off on the crossing route. It was intended for the tight end, Brady Barnett. They were using Laws to clear it out and then trying to bring Barnett back across the field relatively shallow and just couldn't quite make the connection. And with that, it's going to be 3rd and 11.
He had a lot of room to run there. You don't see him drop too many. A very talented athlete, very good tight end, and he had room to run had he held on to that one.
Big play call here.
Yes.
Cooper Morris in the game at receiver, and he's one of the guys deployed here to the near side of the field. And they take the running back, Thomason, and they make him a wide receiver to the far side. On 3rd down, the throw over the middle. Can't quite make the connection. It was intended for Braden Laws at about the 47-yard line and skips off his fingers. And with that, there's no question the Pirates are going to have to punt, and they're trailing by 18 points at 21-3.
And that drive took less than a minute.
So just like that, South Oak Cliff is going to get the ball back, and you would think an excellent field position.
With a very quick punt returner.
Kyle Lewis is the punter. It's going to hit at the 40, but then it's going to immediately take a South Oak Cliff bounce, and it'll be killed at about the 46-yard line. So as we anticipated, great field position there. That was 34 yards on the punt by Kyle Lewis.
He makes it look like he might run, and then he pulls the ball down and kicks it. It's fooled no one so far tonight. I mean, this is a very disciplined South Oak team.
Yeah, it's fooled no one, but you still have to honor that possibility, and that messes with your blocking schemes a little bit. So I see why they do what they do.
Good point. Good point.
All right, from their 47, Oak Cliff leading 21-3. Motion across the formation by Randy Reese. He took the opening kickoff, 82 yards. Keandre Hollywood is the running back. Play fake there. They'll throw it to the near side. What a beautiful fingertip grab that was. by Jamiri Cawley. That was a nice job. And look at how really adept the quarterback, Kevin Henry Jennings, is with that play fake, and then he gets rid of it in a hurry. I mean, not a lot of elapsed time between the time the brain says throw and the instant the ball is out of there. First down inside the Cooper 40 at the 39. Four-man defensive front for the Pirates. Oh, running play right up the middle. Keandre Hollywood still on his feet, down inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark it right there. What an explosive run that was, and probably a touchdown-saving tackle by the strong safety, Kyle Lewis.
And they're going right back to it, Paul, wasting no time.
Force the pace. They keep Hollywood in the game at running back on first down, and he gets inside the 20, but a modest gain of only 1 down to the 19. Clock running, 7:30 left in the first half.
Now they're slowing it down a little bit, looking to the sideline for a play. To pick up on something you said just a moment ago, one of the things I watched a lot of tape on the Bears this week. The one thing I noticed, Quaylon Farrar is quick, and this young man at quarterback can throw and throw quickly.
And Farrar just checked into the ballgame at running back. And he gets the ball, and there's a big hole up the middle. Watch that move. He's running for the goal line. He found the goal line. Quaylon Farrar with the 4th touchdown of the first half for the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears. That was an 80-yard touchdown drive.
And I promise you, I was just going to say this, if you watch the tape of this young man, it's after he leaves the hole is when he starts to move his feet and he finds the second hole and he explodes through it, and that's what he did there.
Great lateral movement for sure. So South Oak Cliff has the Pirates on the ropes right now, but don't even think about counting them out. PAT on the way. And that gentleman, Diego Varela, is 4 for 4 here in the first half. 6:57 left. Bears up 28-3. We'll be back in just a moment. That was a quick moment because we're going to stay right here. I mean, you have to be dazzled by the balance that we're seeing out of the South Oak Cliff offense.
Well, as I said, I watched a lot of tape on these guys. The thing you notice is speed and how quickly they do everything. They run fast. They throw the ball quickly. They keep it moving all game long. To recap, that was a 4-play, 53-yard drive. Quaylon Farrar literally danced into the end zone, sprinted into the end zone for another touchdown. He is a talented young man.
Gunther's leading Roosevelt, I'm told, 20-12, a game of enormous interest to a lot of people in our audience. Kickoff going to be taken at the 5-yard line and returned to the far side. And that's Kyle Lewis on the return.
Paul, I just, as somebody who loves kickers, can I just mention that during the regular season, Diego Varela of the Bears was 80 for 84 kicking PATs this year? I mean, that's not bad.
No, we've seen some outstanding kickers all
year.
Really
have.
I will tell you that I find, in many ways, the most impressive number that you decided to be the 84. That's a lot of touchdowns.
Yes, a lot of touchdowns. And we can see it here tonight. They move the ball.
Drive starts officially from the 19. Cooper really needs to get something going before halftime. On first down, they give it to their senior running back, Judge Thomason. Gets across the 20 to the 21, gain of almost 2. 2nd and 8, 6:38 showing.
Well, I'm not going to say this is a crucial drive for Cooper, but this is a crucial drive for Cooper, Paul. I mean, they have got to get down the field.
If for nothing else,
go ahead.
Get your defense off the field a little bit. Yeah.
Keep the ball away from the speed merchants.
Second and 8. Balanced formation, 2 receivers to either side, 4-man defensive front, quarterback draw all the way, and the big guy there dishes out some punishment, and I'm talking about their big quarterback, Holt Gibson. And he'll move the chains with the ball out at about the 34-yard line.
He leveled 2 players on that, got the first down all by himself. He's determined to keep the drive going, Paul.
Drive started at the 19. Trips, 3 receivers to the near side. And they're giving those guys some room over here. Thomason in the ball game at running back, remains in the ball game. Wide receiver farthest out to the near side is Hayden Brooks. Play fake, zone, read, keep. Gibson, is the ball on the ground?
Yes.
It may be. Oh, wow.
And
this is a bad stretch for the Pirates.
Yep, it's recovered by the Bears at the 30, I'd say about 37, 38-yard line, Paul.
Boy, just couldn't afford to turn it over there. And really, this is a Pirate team that has taken exceptional care of the ball this year. I mean, that's only the 7th fumble they've lost all year long, now playing in their 15th game. And they've only thrown 6 picks all year, but that was a costly turnover for sure.
Could not have come at a worse time right there. I think that's the understatement of the evening so far. I'll take credit for it.
All right, so the turnover gives Oak Cliff the ball at the Pirate 37.
My man, Mr. Hollywood, is in the backfield for the Bears.
He is in the pistol formation,
right,
standing behind their outstanding quarterback, Kevin Henry Jennings.
Yep.
On first down, play fake, looks left side, pulls the trigger, got a man, nice leaping catch by Jamiri Cawley. And are they saying that came out?
Yeah, that ball was dropped. Interesting in talking to the coaches at South Oak Cliff this week. They say he's just about their most sure-handed receiver, but he had to climb the ladder, Paul, to try to catch that.
Well, he got cracked, too.
Yeah, he did get hit. Yes, you're right.
Good job of coming up quickly by that Pirate secondary. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. Motion back to the near side now. They give it off. Oh, that's Mr. Hollywood again.
Yep.
A lot of quickness, and he advances the ball down to around the 32. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4 from that point, with the Bears trying to add to their 28-3 lead, and they've got just under 5 minutes remaining before halftime to do that.
And they're keeping the foot on the gas. They're going right after it, Paul.
On 3rd down, quick play fake. They throw it near side, complete to Randy Reese. Can't say enough good things about the way this secondary comes up, led by strong safety Kyle Lewis. Nice play.
And Reese appears to be hurt. I think it looked to me from here he twisted his ankle a little bit, Paul, but we're not going to make an early diagnosis.
Well, we wish him the best. But, yeah, it looked like there was a twisting motion there. And look how quickly 3 Pirate defenders got to the ball. That's not only good effort, that's good coaching.
Yes, it is.
We'll keep it right here while they tend to the junior receiver, Randy Reese,
who relies on his legs, so we hope he's okay because he is a speed merchant.
Didn't take long for us to see that on display tonight. Took the opening kickoff 82 yards to the house.
What's interesting to me, Paul, while we have a minute, is that we'll get to that thought when we come back.
We will. Again, we're wishing the best for Randy Reese.
Yes.
We're going to take a break. Back in just a moment. Back at Shotwell Stadium, 4:36 remaining before halftime. And South Oak Cliff trying to add to its 28-3 lead. Here's the snap, running play, coming near side, looking to get the corner. Does so, down at about the 21-yard line. Going to be about 4 yards shy of a first down.
And that was Mr. Hollywood, who was moving around this is where Randy Reese was hurt. And he certainly was met by a wall of Lubbock-Cooper.
We just saw about a 7-yard gain on first down, so it's 2nd and 3 with the ball just outside the 20. Nice roll pass, makes one move, sprinting to the pylon, reaching for the pylon. Don't think he quite got there. The receiver is Corinthian Coleman, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 2 or maybe even inside the 2. They're going to mark it closer to the 3, but either way, that's a 1st and goal.
What a terrific move. He took one step, and then he kicked it into gear, Paul. Watch this right there. He takes a step, and then he's around the defender.
Makes
and
2 guys miss.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
This drive started at the 37 following the fumble and the turnover. Look at the placement on that ball. We have a flag. That was a very athletic move by the quarterback,
yes,
Kevin Henry
was.
Jennings.
Yes.
Now we'll see what the penalty's all about.
Well, one of the officials raised his arms as a touchdown, but there is a flag on the play. That will be called back. Ineligible receiver.
Yeah, judging from where they threw the flag, I thought that might be the case. One of those offensive linemen just got a little too far downfield. So move it back to the 8.
It's 1st and goal from the 8. What do you call here, Paul?
Well, the way they're going, pretty much anything you want to. Kind of a combination route, probably, but they keep it on the ground, and they make it work as they get back inside the 5-yard line. Again, just a good job by this offensive line. And you were saying all kinds of great things about South Oak Cliff's left guard, Dennis Jones.
And I was just about to say that's the first time we've had a chance to call his name tonight. That's one of the first times they've run inside. He's a 6'6", 300-pound man mountain who I'm told by a lot of coaches does not quit till the whistle's blown.
2nd and goal from the 4. Keandre Hollywood is the running back, standing behind the quarterback in the pistol formation. They'll give it to Hollywood, but this time he's going to be tackled back behind the line of scrimmage to the 9-yard line. Outstanding job by senior inside linebacker Kobe McKenzie.
You can't say enough for how this Cooper defense is standing up. They're not giving up a thing. They're not giving any quarter, and they are trying to hold this to 3 points.
Right now we've got a 3rd and goal play with the ball spotted at the 6-yard line, and the clock running now with 3 minutes left before halftime. From the pistol, running play near side. Hollywood makes one man miss, but the next 2 don't miss at all. That was a bullseye, and just an excellent job defensively again by Kobe McKenzie.
And what struck me, Paul, watch, he bounces outside, but they are still coming, and they swarm over the running back there. Great play by McKenzie and half the defense.
4th down. Kind of playing with house money when you're up 28-3, so we'll see what the decision is. It's 4th and goal from the 5. They have an excellent field goal kicker, but that's not to say that we're going to see him.
It almost looks as if the quarterback, Kevin Jennings, is trying to talk his coach into going for it.
Well, they ran the play clock all the way down to 1, then took a timeout, so they're going to talk about this. And, I can make a case either way. You're up 25. You can make it a full 28-point lead. On the other hand, if you were to knock it in here, that would be pretty difficult for Cooper to surmount at that point.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're going to be a tough way to come back anyway. But at 35-3, you'd have some problems. So let's see what the Dallas team decides to do. Looks like the Bears are giving it a lot of thought. Looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, I think that all that was about was to give them more time to think about what play they want to call
right
on 4th and 5. Well, but you know what? No. They thought, no, man, you know what? We got one of the best kickers in Texas.
And they do.
So they're going to let him do his thing. And he's been perfect tonight on PATs. He's 4 for 4. And now Diego Varela will get a shot at 3 points. Right-footed kicker with the ball on the left hash. And it's relatively short. Sometimes that can be a little more difficult than you think because of the intense angle. But it's on its way. As I said, the guy is good. He puts it through, and the Bears extend their lead to 28 at 31-3 with less than 2 minutes remaining before halftime.
You know what's interesting, Paul, is that, he was 80 for 84 for PATs in the regular season, just 2 for 4 field goals. They score touchdowns every time down the field. They don't need him to kick field goals, but his PATs are off the charts.
He's got a very explosive leg. Watch the way it just jumps off his foot.
Could have been a good soccer player.
Maybe, for all we know, right?
Yeah.
Cooper offense would love to scratch before halftime. Get something. Go into the locker room with something to feel good about. Because so far it has been all Dallas South Oak Cliff.
Well, it was an 8-play, 32-yard drive after the turnover. Cooper's talking about taking care of the ball here with less than 2 minutes to go in the half. But you're right. They want to try to get some points on the board, whatever that might be. But they've got a high mountain to climb, Paul.
It's a Golden Bears team that's won 13 in a row.
Yeah.
They lost their opener to Duncanville back in August and haven't lost since. But keep in mind, this is a Cooper team that has won 11 straight.
Something had to give here tonight. Cooper can come back. They've got to play smart football here on out.
Need to cut into that deficit like right now. This time they fake the reverse. So it's a companion play off what we saw earlier. And if they wanted to get something done before halftime, that is a really good way to start it. Kyle Lewis on the return, such a versatile player.
Paul, I'm looking at my notes that you sent me last week before the Rider game. You said this kid is special and fast. We saw it there. Watch him try to leap over the defender. He is doing everything he can to bring his team back. Great return.
Hyper-aggressive player, and he gets that one into Bear territory at the 46-yard line. And the Pirates have 147 with which to work. 4-man defensive front for the Golden Bears. Here's the snap. They swing it out. Again, we've seen that play before to their running back, Thomason, and he's got a pretty good first down gain. And, of course, scampers out of bounds, and that stops the clock with 1:42 showing, officially a gain of 4 on the play. The line of scrimmage now is the South Oak Cliff 43-yard line.
3 timeouts left for the Pirates, so they're going to use them judiciously and, of course, try to get out of bounds as much as they can.
From the pistol, trips receivers to the near side. Gibson looks, throws it out to Thompson, kind of a safety out there, and it's completely going to lose yardage back to about the 46. Clock running, 1:29.
Well, it was closed fast by the stars of their team on defense, and that is number 2. He is. I'm looking for him right here, Paul, but he is considered one of the real studs on defense. I'm going to find it here.
Kyron Chambers.
Kyron Chambers, right? We've been talking about all night. I drew a blank.
Gibson on the screen, gets it off to Thomason, gets a block. Thomason extends the ball, trying to get the ball past the stake.
Looks like he did. I think they're going to give him the first down. Good run.
They'll do that now. Let's see where they're going to mark it.
No. They're saying he stepped
out of bounds.
39.
Yeah.
I thought he had. I didn't see him step out, but he's a long way from where we are up here.
4th and 3 because they did rule that he did step out of bounds.
Right.
Line of scrimmage is the 39, exactly a minute to play here in the first half. Tight bunch formation with the receivers to the near side. Under heavy pressure is the quarterback, Holt Gibson. Gets out of there, gets it away, throws it into traffic. The ball is incomplete. Look at those DBs come up. It was intended for the tight end, Brady Barnett, And we just hope he's all right because he really got scissored.
He got caught in between two players. Watch it on this play. Broken play, all-out blitz, it looks like, coming from the right. So Holt Gibson is running to his right. And watch this hit.
Oh.
He took a real hammering. And that was Kyron Chambers again, their best defensive player.
Just hoping that the tight end, Brady Barnett, is okay because that was quite a collision.
Yep. Looking at the play again, Paul, again, you'll see from the quarterback's left, Holt Gibson's left, you'll see the pressure coming. There it is. And then he's off to the races, and he's running for his life. He's looking to hit his tight end, Brady Barnett right there. And he got just hammered by Kyron Chambers.
And understand this, there was not helmet-to-helmet contact
right,
there.
I agree.
You know, initially when you saw it, you were kind of wondering
yeah,
that was not the case.
Yeah, it was not. You're right. And thankfully, Brady Barnett is up. He's walking. He's heading towards the bench under his own power. So I think that's good news, Paul. That is good news, and we're glad to see it.
Still a little wobbly. So they'll make sure that they check him out thoroughly.
Yeah, he is. You would be, too, if you got hit like that. And you probably did and were.
I'm just hoping the best for this young man.
Yes, absolutely.
Training staff at Cooper does a wonderful job, and they're not going to take any chances with their athletes.
Nope, they're not. Now, however, the Bears have the ball back. What did they do? Do they sit on it or do they go for it? You're the coach. You tell me.
They've got 52 seconds and relatively good field position. Quarterback pulls it down. Now he made a mistake. Oh, and if he keeps his feet, it's a touchdown. If he keeps his feet, Kyle Lewis has a touchdown. That's the first big mistake we've seen on the night by Dallas South Oak Cliff. That was a run-pass option. Lewis read it all the way, stepped into the passing lane, and if he keeps his feet, that's 6.
And look at this play, Bill. I guarantee you the quarterback, Kevin Henry Jennings, did not see Kyle Lewis lurking in the weeds there, ready to pick it off.
Yeah, you don't see that underneath level defensive back necessarily.
No.
So they did a good job of reading the quarterback's eyes.
Right.
So the Pirates with a chance here. 46 seconds left. Ball at the Bear 40. Thomason, the running back, in the pistol. Behind the quarterback, Holt Gibson. Braden Laws is the receiver to the near side of the field. Gibson, under pressure, goes left, throws, and almost intercepted. He throws that one into traffic, and we almost saw a pick six one play ago, and almost saw another pick six the other way right there. But the ball falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Clock stopped. 37 seconds left.
When that young man sees the film tomorrow, he is. Oh my goodness, he knew it too. I mean, his hands went to the head. He knew he had a pick six.
.37 seconds left before halftime. Bears up 31-3. Gibson over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for Braden Laws. Laws wants a flag, and I'm not seeing one.
Not sure he doesn't have a case there, Paul. Looked like he was grabbed just at the end of it. It may have been uncatchable, but watch this, right there.
Well,
it looked like he was
there
grabbed.
was at least a hold on the tail of his jersey there for a moment before he came out of his break. Hayden Brooks to the near side. Gibson to throw. Far side, got a man wide open. That's complete to Braden Laws. Laws has a first down, and they'll stop the clock at least briefly while they move the chains with 25 seconds remaining before halftime.
Not a bad time to use one of those 3 timeouts for the Pirates here, and I think that's just what they did, Paul.
Yeah, can't take them with you.
Nope.
All right, so this could be very interesting yet, because if the Pirates get on the board here, that would be a real shot in the arm. You know this is a very, very good football team. It's particularly been an outstanding defensive team throughout the year. But right now they're in a 28-point hole at 31-3.
Well, you go into halftime 31-6 or 31-10. It's a big difference, obviously, than if you've given up more points or you're 31-3. So with 25 seconds left in the half, a couple of big plays left for Cooper.
And the Pirates still with 2 timeouts remaining, as John indicated. Now, they've had some success, and they've had some receivers open in the intermediate range, kind of across the middle. So we'll see what the play calling strategy and sequence is here.
With the 2 timeouts, they can work the whole field, Paul. They can work the middle of the field if they
Yeah,
want.
25 seconds from where you are is a lot of time.
Yep.
So they have a lot of options available.
Ball's right on the 30, so plenty of time, plenty of room.
Play fake. Pressure coming up the middle. Gibson pulls it down. He's a big, strong guy. Gives it to a defensive back. He's got a first down inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line.
Somebody lost a helmet there.
Clock stopped with 16 seconds remaining.
That was Judge Thomason who lost his helmet. He got it back, and they've called timeout again.
Yep, so they got 1 remaining.
And 16 seconds left in the half. What's interesting to me, Paul, is that the South Oak coaches bring everybody out, both offense and defense, when there's a timeout. They have 23, 24 players out there at this timeout. Maybe you can explain it, but I find it very interesting to see how they are a very team-oriented, family-oriented football team.
Well, it looks to me like they've got everybody on their first 2 offensive teams out there. They want everybody to be aware of what the strategy is, what the play call is, etc.
Here we go. 16 seconds left, Paul. 31-3. Cooper would desperately like to get into the end zone here for sure.
Well, again, as we were saying a minute ago, they still have some play calling options because they got 16 seconds and a first down. So there's some ways you can stop the clock. And they do
have a timeout.
Have that one timeout remaining.
Yep.
From the gun, Gibson throws on the slant at the 1-yard line. It's incomplete. It was intended for Hayden Brooks. That was man coverage all the way, and that was a really nice job by South Oak Cliff.
Great job by the DB here, Paul. Look at him come up and close quick.
Well, that's to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a perfectly legal play, but he got his left arm out in front, was able to knock the ball down.
Yep.
Impressive. 11 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Gibson with time throws it over the middle. This time he connects with number 11, Hayden Brooks. Ball a little bit behind him, but maybe that was a good thing because that gave him an opportunity to make a play on the ball.
Exactly. So they've called their last timeout. They're going to go for it. Obviously here, Paul, they're going to have to throw it.
Yeah, you got 6 seconds. You got 6 seconds left. So
go for it.
Yeah, I mean, essentially the 3rd down is not particularly significant right now, but you got to throw this thing into the end zone or maybe run that wheel route that they're so good at with the running back.
Could be. Yep. They've had a lot of success with that this year. We saw them use it last week against Ryder, and it went very well. Ryder did not have the team speed, however, that the Bears have.
Most impressive for South Oak Cliff on both sides of the ball. All right, so the rest of the half will come down to this play in all probability. Now, here's the thing. If you were, to get the first down here, the clock would stop momentarily while they move the chains. Might give you an opportunity. Let's see what happens. Into the end zone on the post corner route. Ball falls incomplete, and with that, the incompletion stops the clock with 1 second remaining.
I don't know if Holt Gibson threw it in the wrong direction or the receiver turned in the wrong direction. That was, however, open. Watch here. Throws it up.
There's a little contact there as well.
Contact,
they were trying to go for the post corner route and get it back to the pylon at the back of the end zone. There's a second remaining, so you got another chance to chuck it into the end zone.
Yep.
Gibson does so on a slant, but it's incomplete. It was intended for the tight end, Samuel Marcinkowski, and that does do it for half number one. 24 minutes of football that were dominated by the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears. Our score after 2 quarters, South Oak Cliff 31 and Lubbock-Cooper 3. Back with our halftime festivities in just a moment. Yes, sir. Give me the score again, please, if you don't mind. Who, guys, I'm not familiar with these two teams. You have to keep telling me. Gunter over Roosevelt, 26-12. Halftime at Shotwell Stadium at Abilene, the Class 5A Division II state semifinals between Lubbock-Cooper and Dallas South Oak Cliff. A first half that was dominated by the Golden Bears. They lead it 31-3. Now let's talk a little bit, John, about that sequence right there at the end. I thought for the most part it was a good job of clock management by Cooper. You know, they had 6 seconds left. Well, okay, you can chuck it into the end zone. One of two things going to happen. You're going to throw a touchdown pass or it falls incomplete. That play's not going to take 6 seconds. So I thought they did a good job there. It's just unfortunate that they didn't come away with any points.
Well, I agree with you, Paul. Excellent job of clock management. They were throwing the ball all the time. They used their timeouts, I thought, very well. What I thought was interesting on the last play with 1 second left, if he had led Marcinkowski by just a foot or two, that was a touchdown. He had him beat, but the throw was a little high. Tough catch to make. That's what happens in high school football, but you can't criticize the clock management. It was excellent. On the other hand, to be truthful, Cooper would love to have scored something. Down 31-3 with 6 seconds left. They were hoping to get some points out of that drive.
Have you been impressed with the South Oak Cliff secondary? I have.
Yes. You know, in watching them all week on film, you notice Kyron Chambers and how quickly he closes, but they all do. I should have taken a longer look at some of the others because they're all fast, they all close fast, and they all cover man-to-man all the time. It's a very, very quick defensive secondary.
Got a score for you in a 3A playoff game of interest to a lot of people in our audience. Gunter leads Roosevelt 26-12. I'll have to check on where we are in the ball game,
right,
but they do have a 26-12 lead at this point. 8 minutes remaining in number 3. Sometimes all I got to do is ask.
Ask. Yeah. And ask and you shall receive. Yes, very good. Long halftime tonight, 25 minutes left in it. We're going to see a lot of these two great bands. And enjoy some music here tonight, Paul.
Well, why don't we go down to the field and do just that? Yeah. No, I could hear you fine. I was waiting for you to say something. I mean, again, how deep are we in the game? You said 23. Is that correct? Thank you. Well, guys, I mean, we're not familiar with these players or anything. I mean, it's great that we got them, and we can talk about the score, I guess. Well, what is the score right now? Guys, if I'm going to talk about that game, I need to know what the score is, please. $40-12 who, please? And we're back at halftime in Abilene with Dallas South Oak Cliff leading Lubbock-Cooper 31-3. The winner of this semifinal game advances to the state championship game next week, and that'll be against the winner of tonight's game between between Liberty Hill and Crosby, and we'll check on that for you. But we do have a score to relate to you in Class 3A where Gunter leads Roosevelt 40-12. That's in quarter number 3. And, of course, we're shooting some highlights out there. So, as you can see, a nice job of outflanking the defense there. And I'm sure you can get all the details later on the 10 o'clock newscast. But good hustle by our team here. They're showing you some of the sights and sounds from that game. Gunter showing some breakaway speed there for sure.
I was going to say, speed kills in all games.
And again, They lead Roosevelt 40-12 in the third quarter. And just proving that was no fluke, they do it again. And I told you we'd check on this. The other Class 5A Division II semifinal game, Liberty Hill, they're from Region 4, and they've been outstanding all year. They lead Crosby by a score of 21-0, and that's in the third quarter. As we go back down to the field and catch some of the sights and sounds from Dallas South Oak Cliff. Okay, do we know what they are? Back at halftime in Abilene, the Class 5A Division II state semifinals, Dallas South Oak Cliff leads Lubbock-Cooper 31-3 in a half in which they were frankly pretty dominant. Now keep in mind that Cooper will get the ball to start the second half because, as you recall, on the opening kickoff, start of the game, South Oak Cliff took 182 yards to the house, and that really gave them the jump, John Kirby, and they just took it on from there. We do have some stats for you. Time of possession, actually, Cooper leads there because South Oak Cliff has been so explosive. Cooper had the ball for 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes, compared to 8 minutes and 16 seconds for South Oak Cliff. Rushing yards, dead even at 72 apiece. Passing yards, this is the big gap. South Oak Cliff with 166 compared to 57 for Cooper. Obviously, special teams have played a big role in this, and to say that South is explosive would be an understatement. They have just amazing team speed, and keep in mind that actually Cooper has a lot of team speed as well. But I think particularly, John, the secondary for South Oak Cliff, they're so athletic that they're able to play a lot of man coverage, and they've done it very effectively. And as you can see, they've made some big plays. We'll be back with the second half kickoff in just a moment. Just about set for the second half kickoff here in Abilene. State semifinal game, Class 5A Division II, Lubbock-Cooper and Dallas South Oak Cliff. And we'll remind you, because this is, John, historically significant. South Oak Cliff ultimately would like to become the first Dallas Independent School District team to win a state championship in football in 63 years.
Amazing, Paul, and they've certainly put their mind to it. They've won 13 in a row. They've played hard all year. If they are looking to become the first team to do that in the Dallas ISD in 63 years, they're certainly sprinting towards that goal because they have a boatload of speed, and it's on display tonight in spades.
All right, let's talk about this from a Cooper perspective. You know, they wanted to get some points on the board before halftime, and frankly, 3 wouldn't have done them a whole lot of good. So I understand what's going on there for sure. Okay, they get the second half kickoff. I mean, flat out, they have to score because you think optimistically, you got maybe 6 more possessions left, and you're down by 28, so you don't have much margin for error at all.
Paul, I'm going to make a quick observation because if I don't, my lovely wife, who is a talented clarinetist and former band member, would get me for it. But those 2 bands work hard.
Oh, they were great.
They were great. And they work hard.
There's no question about that. I mean, check out all the things they're doing as the sun comes up in the summer.
Right.
You know, and that's something we need to think about with respect to football. Think about all the football these guys have played. This is very, very fatiguing. It will take its toll. Sure, it's exciting to be deep in the playoffs and the state semifinals, but these guys have been playing football since the first week of August. And it takes a special breed of person to do that. You think, oh, it's absolutely wonderful. You have to be really strong to play that much football.
It's a long season in Texas high school football, and you're right. You have to have stamina in bucketfuls.
Do have a score for you from that other semifinal game. And Liberty Hill leads Crosby 28-7 with about 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So the winner of that game will play the winner of this game for the state title next week. And we're playing football again here in quarter number 3. Ball's going to hit at the 5-yard line, then go out of bounds. So we'll see what Cooper elects to do here.
Cooper gets a little break. They get it at the 30, and they've got, you're right, they don't have a boatload of possessions left. They've got to score here.
Got to make this one count for sure. So we've seen a couple of kickoffs go out of bounds tonight.
Yes, one time they were kicking away from the Bears return men because that opening kickoff was over in a flash. This one, I think, was just a bit of a mistake.
No room for mistakes right now for the Cooper Pirate offense as they take possession following that kickoff and went out of bounds. Take possession at the 30-yard line. 2 receivers to either side of the formation. 4-man defense in front for Oak Cliff. Running play, first down. Nice move. Lots of leg drive there by their running back, Thomason. And he's got a nice gain on first down of actually a little more than 5 yards. We'll call it 6 officially.
Good start to the half. They show a lot of energy, and they're not huddling up. They're going right back to the line of scrimmage, Paul. They want to move fast.
They have to force the pace. They are down 28 at 31-3. Second down run. Thomason but look. Okay, nice job by Thomason, but look at the takeoff by the Pirate offensive line. I mean, they were thumping that time, and they'll move the chains. They've got a first down out at about the 44-yard line.
And that was led by Hunter Johnson, who was out front and not letting anything stand in his way. He was moving people out of the way.
First and 10 from the 44. The tight end Barnett to the right side of the formation. He's in pass protection here. They'll swing it out to the running back, pass a little bit behind him. It's caught, but actually it's going to be for negative yardage.
That's a pretty big loss, Paul. That's 6 yards they lost on that, and I don't know if it was that he just turned too quickly or just lost his bearings or his speed.
I mean, unfortunately, the ball was thrown to the improper side. He just had to make an adjustment. I mean, you don't process things this quickly. Probably would have been better off to drop the football.
Exactly.
Loss of 4 officially, so it's 2nd and 14. They'll set the screen back to the near side. That's Marcinkowski, the junior tight end, and he's got some wheels, and he's got a first down into South Oak Cliff territory at the 42-yard line.
Good pair of hands, good move, and here they go. They're doing the hurry up, and Marcinkowski is told, get out there and get to work, because he was heading for a huddle, and no huddle there.
Not a lot of time to waste for the remainder of the ballgame.
No.
For the Cooper Pirates. 4-man defensive front again for South Oak Cliff. That's Thomason. And he just stays behind his center and 2 guards. Gets dragged down from behind, actually, after a gain of 2.
Yeah, that was Keegan Wayman who was leading the charge there and moving people out of the way. So that's a good 2-yard gain on first down.
2nd and 8, under 10 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Braden Laws is the wide receiver here to the near side, the lower part of your screen. Passing play. Got time. It's intended for Marcinkowski, and again, we've got good man coverage there. Maybe trying to kind of deliberately underthrow or back shoulder throw, but a good job in coverage. Pass falls incomplete.
What I thought was interesting there, Paul, is that the defensive back was looking for interference on that play. I mean, he had that read all the way. He was step for step with Marcinkowski on that one.
They don't give you a lot of room, that's for sure.
Nope.
3rd and 8. Clock stopped following the incompletion with 9:17 left in the third. South Oak Cliff has never trailed in this game. Quarterback draw all the way. That's Holt Gibson showing some wheels and some strength. Inside 30 down to about the 27-yard line, and they say move those chains. So the clock will stop just briefly while they do so.
You know, Paul, that's been one of the most effective plays, that quarterback draw. He's done very well with it tonight. Can't run it a lot, but when they do run it, he's effective.
They take advantage of the aggressiveness of the South Oak Cliff front four.
Yep.
1st and 10. Pass near side, Hayden Brooks. And the clock will continue to run. He did not get out of bounds.
Nice little gain on that, though. Brooks, a very quick receiver. I thought he did get out of bounds. They said he didn't. About a 4-yard gain.
Well, he was contacted on the field of play, so I think the official probably made the right call there.
Oh, absolutely.
On 2nd down, and almost 7. Under pressure, and the quarterback Gibson is going to be brought down back at the 31-yard line. You know, in a lot of cases, he's had fairly decent protection tonight. He's been flushed a couple of times. It's just hard to shake somebody open downfield.
Yeah. That one, though, they were coming hard, and now they have a 3rd and about 13, 3rd and about 12, 3rd and 14 is what it's listed on the scoreboard here. Tough play for Cooper.
And here's the 3rd down play. 2 receivers to either side. Pass, far side. This was going to be picked off. That was thrown into double coverage. Of course, he's down. He cannot advance the football, but it is a turnover nevertheless. And on the interception, Kyron Chambers, who's played a whale of a ball game tonight.
Paul, I'll tell you, in talking to the defensive coordinator earlier this week, he told me you throw at Kyron Chambers at your peril. You run at defensive end Billy Walton at your peril. Good example of that there. They threw right at him, and he did not budge. He had that all the way.
Made a nice play, and that's unfortunate for Cooper because that seemed to be a promising drive that started back at their 30-yard line, but they end up throwing the pick and turning it over. And they give the ball back to South Oak Cliff, which has been at times seemingly unstoppable tonight. They'll start this one from their 18.
And they give it off to Quaylen Farrar there on the run, and he gets a good 6 yards on that one, Paul.
Well, leading by 28, you're going to get a big dose of that Oak Cliff running game for sure.
And I misspoke. That was my friend Mr. Hollywood out there, and he did the damage there with a 6-yard run. My bad.
No worries.
Okay.
2nd and 4. 4-man front. Movement before the snap. Free play. They'll throw it down the sideline. That could have been a touchdown. that could have been a touchdown. That was intended for Jamiri Cawley, and they had the free play because Cooper was offside, couldn't quite make the connection. But that not only could have been a touchdown, he hangs on. That is a touchdown.
Mr. Cawley is looking heavenward for divine intervention on that one because he knew he should have had it, and he was gone. He had plenty of distance.
Heady play by the quarterback, Kevin Henry Jennings. He knew he had the free play.
And he went for it.
And that one just fell off.
The penalty gives him a first down, Paul, so it's 1st and 10 from the 30.
Corner blitz coming, but they keep it on the ground, and that's a good, strong run, and a gain of 9 as we're under 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Keandre Hollywood on the carry.
He's got to make it to the NFL. What a great name, Keandre Hollywood. That's a great Sunday name.
Hard to beat.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of him now, Paul. And Quaylon Farrar, they're going to run the ball and work the clock, obviously, with this lead.
Cooper goes with a 3-man defensive front this time, although they bring 4. Pass, post route, overthrows the intended receiver. Again, that's Jamari Cawley. Kind of an interesting front stunt combination by Cooper that time. They only had 3 guys with a hand down, but then they took their really strong defensive end. Kyler Jordan stood him up and then ran him back to the inside, trying to get some kind of pressure on the quarterback, Kevin Henry Jennings.
And the good folks at on the Bears sideline trying to make a liar out of me. As soon as we say they're going to be running the ball all night, they throw a 30-yard pass. So shows you what I know.
Farrar is the running back in the pistol behind the quarterback, Henry Jennings. Well, you didn't say they were never going to throw it, so give yourself a break.
All right, thank you. I will. Watching this young man on film all week, Farrar, when he gets past the line of scrimmage, he is going to pick up 6 or 7 yards, and that's what he did there, Paul. He is an immensely talented, quick, fast young man.
Tackle made by senior weak side safety Tony Cabello. Two receivers to the near side, pistol formation for the Golden Bears. Running play right up the gut, gain of only 1.
A little exchange of phone numbers there after the play, but everybody's cooler heads have prevailed. Everybody's back in their huddle. 20 seconds left on the play clock.
So it's 2nd and 9 with the ball at the 48-yard line. 4-man defensive front this time for Cooper. Give it off left guard. And that's the outstanding senior running back, Quaylon Farrar, on the carry.
Same thing. Gets past the line of scrimmage. He picks up another 5 almost automatically.
Well, we've seen his lateral shake once he gets to the second level.
He's taking a break here, and Mr. Hollywood is back in the game.
Good gain, leaving them in a 3rd and 3 situation with 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third.
And they're eating up a lot of clock.
Again, blitz coming off the edge. Running back Hollywood runs right by it. But a good job of converging by the rest of the Pirate defense. I mean, a really good job.
So it's 4th down and 2 here, and it looks like South Oak Cliff is making a decision. Do you go for it here and almost stick a dagger?
Well, I mean, clearly they've got their offensive personnel, so now it's just a question of what play they're going to call.
Right.
And they've been very successful on 4th down. Very successful. Quarterback roll to the right side. They're just trying to hit the hitch route there. Let's see if he got his hands on it. They rule it a catch. And it's a 1st down at the 39-yard line. That's Corinthian Coleman on a nice catch.
Wow,
very like a shortstop kind of getting his glove under that thing.
He wasn't going to let that one roll past him. Yep, great catch. Coleman just got his hands underneath it, made a very nice grab.
First down at the Cooper 39, with South Oak Cliff trying to add to their 28-point lead. They're up 31-3, dominant in the first half. Running play, starts right, comes back to the left side, gets down to about the 36, gain of about 3. And you're going to see the Cooper defense, John, have to try to take some more chances.
Yes.
So we're going to see a lot more blitzes, a lot more loops, a lot more stunts. They're going to have to do something because to get back into this game, you're going to have to force some turnovers.
Yes, they are.
Farrar now, the running back. Play clock at 12, and they're in no hurry whatsoever here on 2nd and 7. Zone give, that's Farrar. Inside the 35 to the 34. They're still going to need about 5 yards.
And South Oak is in no hurry to snap the ball. They're not huddling up, though. They're standing there. They're getting the play from the sideline, and they're running that play clock down as much as they can. There's only 2 minutes left in the third quarter, Paul. Is it me, or this quarter has flown by?
Well, it has, because we've seen a lot of running plays,
right,
and very few clock stoppages. Okay, they throw it to the running back, Farrar. And let's see where they mark it. They call it an incompletion. They do. They said his feet were out of bounds. Or at least he skipped out, so it's going to be 4th and 3.
Yeah,
so he did get 2 yards on the play.
I am very impressed with Kevin Henry Jennings' arm. He has got a gun on there. He can really deliver that ball.
He's thrown for over 2,800 yards this year and is completing 67% of his passes. 4th down, they've been good on 4th down. Running play, Farrar, no.
Oh, that might be the break Cooper needed.
Well, look at this. Oh, wow. Let's take another look at this one, and you're right. I mean, Cooper probably gets pretty fortunate there, but the good thing is that they turn the ball over on downs. They flip it on the RPO, and that was the classic run-pass option. Just couldn't make the connection there, but really good ball handling and sleight of hand.
He was wide open.
Yeah, throws it a little bit behind the intended
Yeah.
receiver, and with that, they do turn the ball over on downs. And Cooper's still in the ball game now with 1:37 remaining in the third. They've got the ball 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Running play, 1st down. That's their junior running back, Caden Chambers.
It just dawned on me, we have not mentioned Cooper Morris's name at all tonight, and he's their, if not their top receiver, one of their top 2, and I don't think they've gotten the ball to him all night, Paul.
He had a wonderful touchdown catch last week against Ryder to put them up 9-0.
Yep.
That was a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 now, with just about a minute to play here in the third. Gibson with some protection initially, now floats to the near side, going to be snowed under by 3 receivers back at about the 34-yard line.
Great coverage, John. That was a coverage sack. He had nobody to throw.
Those 3 defenders just really converged there.
Yep. For a big young man, he scrambles well. I mean, there was nothing he could do there. He was trapped.
You know, we talk about what great care that Cooper has taken of the football throughout the season, but they have been bitten by the turnover bug tonight, and it has cost them. 3rd and 8, play fake. Gibson under pressure, now goes to the far side, looking to turn the corner, and does. Hey, good wheels. He'll have the 1st down a lot more, and in fact will get the ball into Golden Bear territory at about the 49-yard line.
I thought they had him on the left side there. He turned it into and kicked it into another gear, and he was off to the races there, Paul.
Nice reflexes, good read, good decision.
He's faster than he's sneaky fast. Is that fair?
I think that is fair, and he uses the run pretty sparingly. He had about 132 yards on the season rushing going into this game, but he does have a rushing TD, and he is effective when he does run it. Screen pass, tunnel screen, nicely done. And I think that's the guy you were just talking about. The first reception of the night for Cooper Morris.
Nice run by Cooper, too. He really turned it on there and turned that into a nice game. Looks like they're going to give him a first down.
Yes. Well, we have played 3 quarters. That's the end of the third. And right now, South Oak Cliff still firmly in command at 31-3. Back with quarter number 4 in just a moment. Back in Abilene with quarter number 4 in a game that has been dominated so far by the Golden Bears from Dallas South Oak Cliff. But as we begin the fourth quarter, Cooper, trailing by 28, has the ball, 1st and 10 from the South Oak Cliff 36-yard line. 2 tight ends in the ball game. Play fake. Got a man open in the flat, gets it to him. Nice job of getting open by Hayden Brooks, and he's got a nice first down gain.
And Paul, nice to see Brady Barnett back in the game. He ran an out pattern there, heading towards the corner, and he looked none the worse for wear. So we're glad to see the young man is back in the game and feeling good.
Took a pretty good shot to the head.
Yes.
It was not illegal. It was not helmet to helmet, but he did take a pretty good shot to the head. And as John said, good to see him doing well and back in the ball game. Gibson throws it, dangerous. It's deflected by the receiver, almost intercepted. Falls incomplete. Stops the clock with 11:48 left in the fourth.
To say he threw that into traffic would be an understatement. There were as many black shirts there as there were whites.
Well, part of that is guys look open until you see the speed of that secondary and the way they all converge.
And Coach Mike Traylor, the defensive coordinator, told me just that. They want you to think it's open, then they take it away.
Caden Chambers into the ball game at running back for the Pirates. Here on 3rd and 7. Gibson over the middle. Actually a nice low throw.
Yes.
It was actually located where it had to be, and Braden Laws gets down and makes the catch.
We've said it a couple of times, they have to score here, Paul.
Well, they get the first down on a nicely executed play.
Yep.
Clock now running again after they set the change. 11:30 left. From the 26, we've got a whistle and a timeout taken on the part of the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears. It gives us a chance to take a break as well. Back with the final 11:20 in just a moment. Cooper Drive started back at the 32-yard line. So far, they've driven the ball 41 yards in 6 plays. They've got a first down now at the South Oak Cliff 26-yard line. Gibson, the quarterback, under pressure, steps up in the pocket. We do have a flag back at the 38-yard line. Intense pressure applied by Zaid Abdur-Rashid.
Paul, I was watching Brady Barnett on that. It looked like he was going to be the intended receiver. Put a good move on. He was past the first guy. The second guy was right there in his pocket. I mean, it's just a tough defense to do anything with.
It was a holding call. They will, of course, decline the penalty. And a loss of about 5 on the play, so it's 2nd and 15. 14 officially. Ball right at the 30-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Pistol formation. 4-man defensive front. Gibson. Screen pass. Far side to Thomason. What pursuit and what diagnostics. They saw that coming. You know, you looked at the play, John, and it looked like it was set up pretty well. And then they just fly to the football.
All of a sudden, a black jersey appears, and Thomason's run out of bounds, and they are down to, it's 3rd and 14. I mean, you're right. That looked like the right play to run in that situation. Over in a second.
Well, there's a loss on the play, so it's now 3rd and 18.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So Cooper is in a position now where they got to score quickly and they got to get some breaks, and it's got to come in the form of turnovers.
And more than one.
But it starts with this. Need points on this drive. Here on 3rd and 18. 10:54 left in the 4th. Safety's playing really deep. Gibson throws over the middle. This one's picked. Yet another interception, and this is a big return. Inside the 30, down to the 20-yard line, and maybe a late hit. Yeah, we're going to see some additional penalty yardage tacked on after that. Again, the interception was made this time by Taylor Starling, and that was an excellent play. And, John, it was the kind of thing you've been talking about all night. They're not in the passing lane until they are, and they just step in so quickly.
Exactly what the defensive coordinator, Mike Traylor, was. They bait you. He told me they want to play a bait and switch. They make you think it's there. They bait you to go for it. Then they step in and take it away. Can I just say, Paul, I've never seen an offensive lineman, that was Holton Hendricks, get down the field and make a tackle like that on a guy that fast. I mean, that was a terrific hustle play.
Well, that's being a competitor.
Yes,
sure.
That's what Texas high school football is about. That young man is competing right up until the end.
Here's the pick. He just stepped right in front of it.
Now watch number 70.
That is impressive.
Well, he is motoring. And watch number 7. He comes out of nowhere and knocks him down.
Very athletic play. Unfortunate that there was a late hit
yeah.
after that interception return, because that'll add some additional yardage. And now South Oak Cliff really in position to put this one away, as they'll mark the ball following the penalty just outside the 10-yard line. 52 yards on that return.
Mr. Farrar is back in the game at running back.
That's a forward pass, actually, and a good safe play. You get the jet sweep action, but because you shovel it forward, there's no fumble there.
Right.
If it hits the ground, it's an incomplete pass.
Right. Good call there, but well read by the Cooper D.
Actually loses about a foot.
Yeah.
But they are driving this train up 31-3 with 10:14 left in the 4th. No reason to hurry. They can take their sweet time.
And they are.
Zone, read, keep. Look at the wheels by the quarterback, but he's going to lose yardage absolutely no quit in this defense right now. They do a good job of getting that guy under control. And once again, this guy plays so hard. I'm talking about their strong safety, Kyle Lewis.
Yep. He came out of nowhere on that play. They lost 10 yards on that ball. They called it a four. I thought he went back. I guess they called forward progress. They had him way back at the 20.
Spot the ball just inside the 15.
Right.
And the clock running with 9:17 left. Fade into the end zone. That's a touchdown. That is a touchdown. That is the 5th touchdown of the night for the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, and that's Kai Mathis on the touchdown reception.
And that is quite a play. I mean, he was wide open on that. A very, very well-designed play.
Good throw.
He got
good
behind
throw.
the back. Yeah, it was a good throw. You're right.
14 yards on the touchdown pass. And what is finally, more than likely, the final nail in the coffin here.
That was on a 3rd and 14 play, by the way.
PAT by Varela.
Oh, my goodness, he missed it.
And
he hit the
you
upright.
don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
He didn't do it. So that goes right for Cooper, at least. But still, they're down 34 at 37-3 with exactly 9 minutes remaining. And again, they get points off the turnover. I can't say enough good things about that secondary. Back with the final 9 minutes in just a moment. Thank you. Back with the final 9 minutes. So once again, South Oak Cliff forces a turnover, and once again, John, they turn it into points.
And Paul, you're going to let me do this drive recap because it's more than one play. Not much more. 3 plays, 15-yard touchdown pass to Kylan Mathis, I should say, on a very well-thrown ball by Kevin Henry Jennings.
Got a score in the other semifinal game for you coming up in just a moment. It's kind of an aggressive move there, wouldn't you say?
I would, yeah.
It's recovered by Timothy Haynes. So, okay, the winner of this game, and right now it appears it's going to be South Oak Cliff. It's going to pick the winner of a game between Liberty Hill and Crosby. And Liberty Hill, which has been dominant all year long, they're in total control. 2:44 left in the ball game, and Liberty Hill leads Crosby 42-14.
Well, whoever gets South Oak Cliff next week is going to have its hands full.
Well, it's going to be Liberty Hill.
Yeah, well, they're going to have their hands full.
No question
Trust
about
me.
it. From the 45. Holt Gibson's gone all the way at quarterback. His running back for at least first down of this series is Caden Chambers, the junior. 2 receivers to either side. They'll give it to Chambers, and he'll get about a yard. And that's about it as we go under 9 minutes to play.
Were you a little surprised by that kickoff?
I'm going to kind of keep my thoughts to myself.
Okay.
I'll just say that was a very aggressive move.
Aggressive, all right.
Yes.
I'm going to go with surprise, okay? Is that all right with you? I'm going to go with surprise. Well, aggressive's good. I like aggressive.
Yeah, I will say this. I mean, certainly, the Pirates did a good job of reacting to it. Gibson over the middle throws it behind his intended receiver and is somewhat fortunate he didn't throw another pick. He was looking for his tight end, Brady Barnett.
And the good news is Brady is out there running around and his usual athletic self, so he's obviously fine. That's great news.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 8:23 left. And right now, Cooper looking at a 3rd and 9. Safety's playing pretty deep for South Oak Cliff. Gibson throws far side. Complete, but not a lot of yardage. It will get the ball into Golden Bear territory at the 49-yard line. That was the sophomore tight end, Sam Marcinkowski, on the reception.
Nice catch. I mean,
that was very
a
athletic.
Very shoot top type catch, and very well done.
And here we go with 4th down. Gibson throws on the slant. It's complete. Looks like he's got a 1st down. That was a nice catch by a freshman, Jackson Austin.
Very nice catch, and he moved his feet, and he moved the chains.
Line of scrimmage is the 42-yard line in Golden Bear territory. Gibson throws far side. It's complete. Nice, nifty move. I think that's Barnett on the reception. Actually, it was Hayden Brooks. Gate of 5. Clock rolling as we get down to 7 minutes left. Corners roll up into press coverage now. Gibson with time. Now he comes to the near side, trying to keep his eyes downfield. Now he'll pull it down and run. It gets underneath the cornerback a little bit, but is wrestled to the ground by Abdul Muhammad.
Holt Gibson showing a lot of stick-to-itiveness. He moves around well in the pocket, and he gets away. He just doesn't have anybody open.
Incompletion makes it 2nd down, 10. Again, Thomas with the ball carrier. Inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
Cooper trailing by 34 at 37-3. It's Cooper offense that came into this game averaging 36 points a game. 2nd and goal officially from the 4. They'll throw it to the left side and dive for the pylon and getting in. What a nice job that was. That's Jackson Austin on the reception.
Terrific catch, and
he wanted that goal line.
Yeah, he did.
Wanted that goal line.
That score.
bodes well for his future and that of the team.
Yes.
All right, so on to try the PAT. Tegan Van. Never a doubt, right down the middle.
Tegan's had a great year.
So our score with 5:30 left, Bears lead it 37-10. Back with the finale in just a moment. Okay, thank you. Back for the final 5:30. South Oak Cliff has never trailed in this game. They took the lead for good 15 seconds deep into the ballgame when they returned the opening kickoff 82 yards for a score. They're in command 37-10.
Another onside kick.
Well, but that one made sense.
Yes.
See?
No. I knew where you were going.
I understand why they did that one.
This drive recap is much too long for you. It's a 10-play, 55-yard drive, a 2-yard pass from Holt Gibson to Austin Jackson, and what they needed the whole game, and they waited till 5.5 minutes left in the game to come up with it. But it was a well-designed drive, Paul.
I don't think it's too early to start talking about what a wonderful season Cooper has had. They go into this ball game 13-1. They were riding an 11-game winning streak. They could have been undefeated. Their one loss was to Friendship in a game they could have won, maybe should have won. And just in being around this program a little bit for the last 2 weeks, and I just feel so fortunate to be here with you and be able to see this football game and hopefully help other people see this football game. But the coaching staff at Cooper, what a bunch of great professionals, and we're very grateful for all the cooperation that we've received. Certainly this has been a wonderful, memorable season for the Pirates. And guess what? I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty good next year.
I think you're very sure of that, if I don't mind. So you don't mind my saying so. Fun 2 weeks, Paul. I've enjoyed this more than I can tell you. And yes, Cooper will be back.
Ooh, they're throwing deep ball. Yeah, there'll be a little mumbling going on there.
I think they brought in a new quarterback. I think that's maybe why. It looks like they're going with some second teamers.
Hey, by the way, I'm not being critical, okay? You're in a ball game. We're playing football. Let's go. I was just a little surprised.
Well, that is the second string quarterback. That is Tedrick Williams. So he's trying to air his arm out a little bit there, Paul.
Well, he was 12 of 17 going into this game, and he 17 attempts, and he's thrown 2 touchdown passes.
Not bad ratio.
Hollywood, the running back, into the secondary, still on his feet, inside the 30, inside the 25, and down to the 21-yard line. Hard running by senior running back Keandre Hollywood.
Paul, I don't think they'll mind my telling this story, but when I talked to the coach earlier in the week, he said, yeah, Hollywood's a very good player. Yeah, he's a good player. Are you kidding? That kid can run. I mean, he's terrific.
Are you kidding? Anybody can average 11 yards per carry for an entire season.
Yeah,
anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Williams is a junior, and he gives it off to Hollywood once again. Not much going there as we get inside 4 minutes remaining in the ball game.
So what we're saying is teams are going to have another full dose of the Hollywood effect next year for South Oak Park.
Well, understand this. That's going to be quite the ball game. next week in the state finals between South Oak Cliff and Liberty Hill. Liberty Hill has been outstanding all year long, and this is a final, by the way. We got a couple of finals for you. Liberty Hill beats Crosby 42-14, so Liberty Hill is in the 5A Division II state finals, and they're going to play South Oak Cliff. And we also have a final in this one. Gunter in Class 3A beats Roosevelt. This is a final, 47-12. Into the secondary, inside the 10-yard line, and down to the 6-yard line. Some hard running.
Tedrick Williams is pretty fleet of foot as well there, Paul. That was a good run.
As they say in a program like that, you don't necessarily rebuild, you reload. And he looks like the heir apparent after Kevin Henry Jennings plays out his eligibility in his senior year. Quarterback counter, and into the end zone goes Tedrick Williams. And actually, that's his third rushing TD of the year. He's also thrown a couple of touchdown passes. So we see a glimpse of the future for the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears.
Paul, no one was near him.
It was a beautifully designed play. You've got to go to the play side. You've got to pursue it. There was just nothing there left on the backside. Good read, good play, good execution. And they missed the PAT earlier.
And that's about all that went wrong.
That really is just about right.
That's about right.
That extends the lead to 43-10. Conversion on its way. And no doubt about this one.
Yeah, he wasn't going to miss two in the night.
That extends the lead to 44-10. We'll take a break and be back with the final 2.5. Thank you. Yet another touchdown for South Oak Cliff. This one run into the end zone by their backup quarterback, Tedrick Williams. They're in firm control, 44-10, 2.5 left.
6-play, 47-yard drive, Paul, and Tedrick Williams scored another squib kick for the Bears. Recovered right there at about, 38, 39, somewhere in that neighborhood.
All right, so we've got the matchup for the championship game next week. It's going to be Liberty Hill against South Oak Cliff. And I don't think this is insignificant, and I don't think we can talk about it enough. I mean, the Golden Bears are on a mission. They want to become the first Dallas Independent School District team to win a state football championship in 63 years. And they look fully capable of doing that, and my hat is off to them. I mean, Cooper's had a wonderful season, a wonderful program, but you can't help but be impressed by what you've seen here tonight from the Golden Bears.
Another good coaching staff. Very well coached, very disciplined, very hardworking team. You can tell that just watching them play here tonight, Paul.
Head coach Jason Todd has done a heck of a job.
Been there 7 years, and his philosophy is I'm all in for the kids, and it shows here tonight.
Clock running at 1:56. Wide receiver screen, far side, and it's complete to Braden Laws.
Paul, while we're re-huddling or whatever they're doing here during the hurry-up, all right, I'll let them run this play, and then I'll mention something else about Cooper's athletic program here, which is in good stead going forward into the winter, but let's run this play.
3 receivers to the near side, and they're all matched up. Running play goes back the other direction. And nice job by senior running back Judge Thomason.
Paul, the Lady Pirates basketball team, ranked number 2 in the state. They are poised for a great season, led by a bunch of seniors like Bella Sipowicz and others, looking for they're in a big tournament coming up, a national tournament coming up, I believe, in Arizona, looking for a great season out of them as well.
I can't get enough volleyball, and I mean that.
Basketball.
Oh, excuse me. Well, I like that too. I like that too.
Yeah, I know you do. You like all sports. I mean, except soccer.
Clock running with 1:10 remaining. Play fake, throw in the middle, and the same thing. Yeah. A defender you never saw picks you off. And so, in a way, it's really excruciating for Cooper, but in a way, it's kind of fitting that this game is going to end that way because that's been the story. That
was the bait and switch that Coach Traylor talked about earlier in the week. He thought he had him, and all of a sudden that door closed. Door or window? Either? Yeah.
Got a lot of exuberance among South Oak Cliff fans. They've made the trip in droves from Dallas, and they have not been disappointed. They were looking for a little history tonight, and, John, they got it. We do want to thank our friends at Sonic. And let me tell you something. As somebody who grew up in Texas, you don't know how much I want to thank Sonic. I want to thank Sonic for all kinds of things. So thank you, Sonic.
Thank you, Sonic, for your double cheeseburger.
And for saving my life on more than one occasion.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not sure what is happening here, Paul. I hope that with your voluminous intellect, you'll be able to discern what's going on here and tell us all.
Well, what's happening is that South Oak Cliff is on their way to the state championship game.
I knew it. I should have known, right?
They'll take a knee.
Yeah, all right. There we
have to do it one more time.
Yep.
But wire-to-wire winners. Yeah. And look at what they've done in the playoffs. Polished off Lovejoy last week. They beat a team earlier in the playoffs. It's only a 10-time state champion.
You know what's interesting is that in talking to their coaches this week, one of them told me it's been tough to keep young people at South Oak Park until now. Over the last 4 years, kids have been moving and families have moved, but for some reason they've stayed now. And that showed tonight. They have experience. South Oak Cliff, yes, I did. What did I say? South Oak Park. South Oak Cliff. Thank you, Truck, for reminding me. I appreciate it.
Running it down to 0. And unfortunately, that's going to close the book on the season for the Cooper Pirates. But the Golden Bears of South Oak Cliff got one more to play, and they know who they're going to be playing, Liberty Hill, and that is going to be a whale of a football game.
Yes,
Our final score tonight, the Bears win it 44-10 and extend their winning streak now to 14. You look at this, and you saw South Oak Cliff just do a little bit of everything. We saw the deep ball. We saw their excellent special teams, 82-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Look at the kind of defense they played. Yeah. Look at all the turnovers they forced. You keep this Pirate offense and hold them to 10 points. That is a remarkable achievement. So I've seen this team play. I've seen Liberty Hill play earlier in the year. I don't know. They're both really, really good, as you would expect from two teams who have, in fact, advanced to the state championship game. So the only thing I'm a little melancholy about is that the high school football season, which I love more than I love anything else, is drawing to a close. But we've still got that championship round coming up in all the divisions next week as they finish off the season the week before Christmas.
Well, if you like football, you have to enjoy watching South Oak Cliff play. They bring it in every facet of the game. They did it tonight, and you have to be impressed by their speed, Paul. I mean, they are a very quick team, and I wouldn't want to play them next week. I know there are two good teams in the championship game, but I would not want to play these guys. I wouldn't want to play the Bears next week.
Want to congratulate Gunter as well as they win their 3A semifinal game over Roosevelt. So that's very impressive. Always like to see this exchange of sportsmanship at midfield. So many emotions. You got Oak Cliff looking forward to the state championship game. You know, for a lot of these players at Cooper, they've played their final game as a Pirate. A lot of them are going on to college football, but some of them, frankly, have played the last football game they're ever going to play. And if you put this much into a sport and you love it that much and it's been that big a part of you for that long, that hurts.
What's the letdown like?
You know, for some people, and frankly, you just don't know what to do with yourself for a while because it's that emotional.
And it's that time consuming. I mean, practice takes a long time. You do a lot of film work. You put a lot of time into this game.
Well, you put your heart and soul in it for sure.
Right.
And what a wonderful performance tonight by the Dallas South Oak Cliff Golden Bears as they win this one going away 44-10 and never trailed in the football game. Final thoughts, John? Again, to me, it just comes down to the way that the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears were able to force turnovers, and especially the way they were able to really get and step into the passing lanes and the multiple interceptions.
Well, to me, it's exactly what they wanted to do, and they did it. I mean, in talking to them earlier this week and watching them on film, they want to shut the door on you defensively. They did that tonight. They came in with a game plan. They executed it. I mean, you've been there. You know how important that is. I mean, that's what they did tonight.
Well, and they have just superb team speed. And what a moment for the Golden Bears. And look at the reception and the cheering and the support they're getting from their fans who have come from Dallas. And those are going to be some pretty good pictures for a lot of people's scrapbooks. That's some good stuff. So heartfelt congratulations to the Golden Bears, as they're now in a position to try to become the first Dallas ISD team to win a state football championship in the last 63 years. As for Cooper, they finished the season at 13-2, one step shy of the state championship game, but that is an excellent football team. There's never a question about that. And again, we want to thank everybody at Cooper for their professionalism and all the cooperation we've received, and we have no doubt that they'll be right back in this position or very near it a year from now.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a program. They don't just have a team. They are building have built, and they're going to continue to feed that program going forward. Nothing but great things for Cooper going forward.
Our final score, once again, Dallas South Oak Cliff wins it over Lubbock-Cooper 44-10. It's been a heck of a football season, and it continues one more week for the Golden Bears. So from a partner, John Kirby, and everybody on our team, it's been a pleasure being here. Hope you enjoyed the football game. Oh, well, let's love football, the great game. So I'm Paul Alexander wishing you good night from Abilene.